everybody. Jay and Manion here at the NPC Photo Gym. We are on the road to the 2024 Olympia. And as they say, the champ is here. Derek, here we are. How far away are we?
Well, what are we, 4.5 weeks now? It's going to blow by quick, man. I'm telling you, this prep's already been flying by day after day, week after week. I feel like I just got started on this prep, and here we are 4 weeks out. Crazy. Going to be here before you know it.
All right. So being that you're a Florida guy, how you feel about going back to Vegas for this?
Well, listen, with it being in my backyard about 2 hours away is really nice to take the drive over to Orlando. But my first Olympia was in Las Vegas. So being in Las Vegas, it's something special with the glitz and the glamour, the nightlife of Las Vegas and all that Vegas has to offer as entertainment. I feel like this is where it should be, especially for the 60th Olympia.
Okay. Have you ever been to Resorts World?
Yeah, I went there for receiving the key to the city with Jake Wood and Dan Solomon and the Mr. Olympia. So I was a part of that event back in, I think it was July or something like that.
It's a pretty awesome place, isn't it?
It's very clean, very nice. I think it's only about 3 years old. And so it's a really nice place for sure, yeah.
I think it's cool how they have the outsides like a humongous billboard, digital billboard. Wouldn't it be cool to have your picture 30 feet, 30 stories high?
We shot a little content this off season when I was out there at the Olympia headquarters it was me and Nick Walker and Samson, and they had mentioned there's going to be some pretty cool stuff that they got displayed going. So yeah. I don't want to give out any secrets, but I'm pretty pumped.
Yeah, it's a great place. If you don't know, look up Resorts World and see if you can find a video of the outside, because the two of the things that face the strip, it's like two big digital billboards up there.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's like part of Vegas. When you go there and you start seeing all that kind of stuff, it gets you hyped up and you're like, hey, I'm here. It's Olympia weekend.
Yeah. All right. So kind of retro. I brought this shirt out. It's an NPC USA shirt. It's not the year that you won, but I thought because that's where you turned pro. Okay. You know, we're celebrating that. So the NPC USA, remind everybody what year you won that.
So 2017, I came back as a light heavyweight, and my goal that entire year was I didn't want to just win my class. I wanted to win the title of Mr. USA, because there's one Mr. USA title given every year, and that's to the open bodybuilding champion, the overall champion. And, 2017 was the year that I turned pro and got that prestigious title of Mr. USA, which I still take a lot of pride in. Absolutely. It's one of those titles that will live with you forever, you know?
Yeah. Kind of following the footsteps of Phil Heath.
We all have our own journey, our own career, our own accolades that we achieve. And definitely Phil was someone that I for sure looked up to when I first started bodybuilding. Absolutely. So not in bad company for sure.
Yeah. And we were just reminiscing. I said about when we were doing the champion shoot, and he wanted to do Tampa Pro the following week. Wasn't really sure, but not only myself, of course, was encouraging them, but the other guys that won their height class, their weight classes were encouraging you too, remember?
Yeah, it was really cool because the guy who won the heavyweight class, Jacob Wilson, he actually jumped in the Tampa Pro, and me and him we had just turned pro at the USA's that weekend prior, and then we were 1 and 2 at the 212 Tampa Pro. So that was pretty cool. So shout out to him. And it was one of those things where it's like, I'm already ready. And this is what I tell people all the time that turn pro. It's like, if there's a show that's right around the corner, like an IFBB show right around the corner, like next week or within the next couple weeks, just jump in it, because you're already ready. And I love saying this. It's the best you've ever been, but the worst you'll ever be. Because people are always worried, like, oh, I want my pro debut I want to be so much better. I get it. There's something to be said about, building your best physique and coming back better maybe a year later, but people want to take time off. And I think having too much time off is not necessarily a good thing. And I think that why not just throw your name in the hat? Why not just go there and see where you stack up, right, when you turn pro? Because if you're going to be an IFBB pro, turning pro at a national show, you should be ready to step on the pro stage. That's always been my belief. And, you know, everybody, like I said, has their different goals and reasons and things for wanting to compete. And maybe someone's ultimate goal is to just turn pro. But I think for a lot of people, I think it's to turn pro when they're first pro show or a pro show and then go to the Olympia. That's the ultimate, is to go to the Olympia and ultimately win their division in the Olympia. So yeah, I tell people all the time, like, just go for it, you know?
Yeah. So this year you've had a full year of basically being a dad training for the Olympia. How's that been?
That's been great. So true transparency, you know, there's a lot of challenges that come with being a parent, and I have to give it to my wife, because during like the Olympia prep, it's been much harder for us to co-parent. She's been the one that's been doing the parenting while I've been, you know, focused on this. So it's not that I'm not home, I'm not involved in my family's lives. I absolutely am. We're very blessed that we get the lifestyle that we do, where I'm at home, I get to see my daughter and my wife every single day. But to be able to like really be as involved as I want to be, I'm a little bit more removed from that. So my wife steps up and steps in, and she's been such an amazing, supportive wife and mother. So you love her to death. She's absolutely a godsend in my life and in Minnie's life. So, but I tell you what, there's so many times where I hear people ask me that, they say, oh, like, do you get angry when you train? And I'm like, no, I want my training to be from like a positive place. And so there's a lot of times where I go to the gym where it's a grind, it's a struggle. And I'm about to do my top set, and I think to myself, like, it'll just have, boom, a quick little flash of my daughter in my mind. And I'm just like, do it for her. And also part of that is like, hey, don't be stupid either. Don't be in here injuring yourself, because your daughter is also counting on you. So that's a lot of what goes through my head whenever I'm in the gym. But also, I must say, I want to praise my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because I am constantly praying. I'm constantly, you know, trying to get closer to God when I'm in these preps, because it is such a struggle. It is such a grind that it's an opportunity for me to draw closer to Him, because I couldn't do this alone. I pray every day that I'm fully surrendered to Him, that I die to self, meaning I die to my selfishness, my life. This is all about Him, all about Jesus, and spreading His word and sharing my testimony, and that He gets all the honor, glory, and praise, that I do not boast about myself. The only thing that I can boast about is my weakness, because He is my strength. Because there's a lot of days and a lot of times in the gym where, you know, I couldn't do it without the Holy Spirit, you know, coming in me. So it's like, I have to rely on a higher power. And that's why I always praise my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And this is the platform He gave me to share my testimony and, you know, hopefully bring more people to Him.
Okay. Speaking of gyms, you're putting one together, right?
Oh yeah. This has been a long time coming. People are like, when's it happening? When's it happening? When's it opening? Well, this week while I'm here and I'm about to fly out to Dallas for the next couple of days, they're putting in the flooring.
You know somebody in Dallas?
Yeah, maybe this Hani Rambod and actually Hadi Chupin's out there. So we're going to be training together. So anyway, we'll be at the Evogen headquarters out there for a few days, training, shooting content and having a good time. But while I'm out there, they're putting the flooring in. We got the lighting up. The posing room is going to, this place, it's like a 15,000 square foot facility, bringing in all the custom, brand new tech equipment, which is the best equipment in the world. It's going to be so awesome because we're pouring our heart and soul and everything into this. And once again, like with me being on prep, my wife has stepped up and had been doing a lot of the coordinating for these things to happen. Like I said, the flooring, the lighting, and like the equipment, all these different things. So we have amazing support, amazing people around us that's helping us put that together. I don't even want to start listing the names because there's so many that have helped with this, but it should be done sometime after the Olympia, towards the end of the year, first of next year. And it will be like a semi-private gym to where we'll have cap memberships. We want to control the atmosphere where it doesn't get too crazy busy. We want the right type of people in there that are serious about training, like other IFBB pros, you know, or influencers, business business people that are like, respect the gym and they want to work hard and then just have a positive aura about them. And then of course, we'll have day and week passes too, because we are in Clearwater, Tampa, St. Pete area. So like that's a vacation destination. Plus, if it was me and I saw the Phil Heath, the Ronnie Coleman, the Jay Cutler, the Flex Lewis, those guys, if they had a gym like Flex has a gym, of course I'd want to go check it out. So I want it to be open for some people to be able to come check it out, but just not have too many memberships to where it packs the gym, because I know 15,000 square foot's a big facility, but it can get pretty packed pretty quick. So it's going to be so awesome. I'll have my own place to train. We'll be able to continue to develop it and build it and bring in the best stuff, the newest stuff. And we just want to keep just up in it all the time. So
you have a name for it yet?
We do. So the name is Champs Elysium, and we will be having an Instagram that we're putting up here maybe by the time that this video comes out. I don't know, but Champs Elysium. And if anybody doesn't know what that means or what that stands for, it's the Champions Paradise is basically what it is. So a place for champions to come and thrive and dwell and be at paradise, because us that are passionate about bodybuilding, we love the gym. We're in the gym every day, and this is a place we want to be. So we're like I said, we're putting our heart and soul and everything into this. We're not, halving anything. We're going all out for everything that we're doing for this gym, and it's gonna be awesome. Really,
so it's not gonna be Derek's Dungeon.
Derek's Dungeon. No. Actually, I'll be honest. One of the hardest things was not picking the equipment. I mean, the new tech equipment is the best in the world. I mean, there's other great equipment out there too, but I love that company. And there's a lot of other different things, aspects of the gym that can be challenging. But one of the hardest things is actually picking a name. As silly as that sounds, it's like, that's your name. I mean, even getting the branding and logo together, we hired that, but you yourself have to come up with a name, and you're like, okay, what do you call this? It's like, it can't just be like Manion's Gym. That's pretty easy, Derek's Dungeon. No, I don't think so.
So touching on the new tech, that's why it's easy for you to come here, because we're pretty much stocked with them.
Dude, last time I was here, you didn't have this much new tech. Right. They must have came
2 weeks ago, the week of the North Americans. They replaced a bunch of the machines that were older, and they brought us a bunch of new stuff. So you saw there's a lot more red and black in here.
Hey, shout out to Mr. Beyond and the whole new tech team. I mean, they're doing big things.
What do you think of that light up IFBB Pro League sign they brought?
Nice. I need to get one of those.
Yeah.
Well, I need to get one for my gym,
Yeah, for Derek's Dungeon.
No, we are not calling it Derek. People are in the comments going to be like, Derek's Dungeon. Better not be calling it that. I don't like that.
Hashtag it.
No. Champs Elysium. But no.
First time somebody said, you're going to call me, I know.
It's not going to stop now. It's your fault. You started this.
I know. All right. Going into this year's Olympia, you seem pretty calm, pretty confident. I mean, probably more relaxed than I've ever seen you before a show.
Bringing it back to my faith, man. I mean, it has been a struggle. It has been a grind. And like I said, I have to call on a higher power, and that's my God. And I'm learning every year that my God gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And I don't know why I ever put limitations on him, or ever thought that anything other than, God being love and good and gracious and wanting us to prosper and bless us, and not just me. Like, what I come to realize is that, like, leadership is a responsibility. And one part of me is being a leader is Mr. Olympia. One part of me being a leader is husband, father, friend, right? I have a lot of different roles of leadership. And I realize that a lot of people want to be the guy at the top and be that so-called leader. I think everybody has it, that want, like, yeah, I want to be a leader. I want to be the guy. But they don't realize that how much of a responsibility that actually is. And so, like I said, like I realized that, and I want to do it the right way. I want to do it with all of my being, and I want to point all the glory back to him, because like he's the one that is in full control of my life. And I realize that he has given me this responsibility of a leadership. So like I said, I want to do it the right way. I want to do it with all my heart, all my being, and to the best of my ability. And so the only way to do that is to get into the word and do it the way he says to do it, which is live my life the way I'm supposed to, which is surrendering fully to him. So that's what I've been trying to do, is just fully surrender my life to God and make him my master and me the servant. And when does the servant ever tell the master what to do? Instead of asking God to be at the center of my life, I need to be at the center of whatever God has for me. So wherever he's taking me, whatever he's calling me to do, I need to be ready for that. And I'm, with the struggle, with the grind, this is, a scripture that I've been thinking about a lot lately, is that we need to embrace the trials. We need, because whenever you have these trials, you have these struggles, you have these grinds, it produces patience and perseverance. Through patience and perseverance produces character, and through character produces hope. And so that's what's giving me my peace, is knowing that no matter what, like, do I believe I'm coming back to win the Mr. Olympia? Yes. Do I know that I'm bringing a much better physique this year? Oh, you better believe it. Yes. So do I have confidence in that? Yeah. But at the same time, whatever happens, I'm staying in my lane and I'm just running my race, and I'm letting God lead me wherever he's deciding to lead me. And I'm just grateful for everything that he is doing in my life. I'm thankful for who he is, who he's made me, and what he's doing in my life. And like I said earlier, like being a leader, everybody wants to be a leader, and people put leaders on a pedestal like they're something special, and they are. They're extraordinary beings. Like being Mr. Olympia is extraordinary. There's only been 18 ever in the history of bodybuilding, but at the same time, it's like that's a responsibility that's greater than people can understand sometimes. So like it's not that God favors me above other people. It's just what he has called for me in my life. This is what he's given me and called me to do. And I know that there's somebody else out there watching this that's going to be the next Mr. Olympia. Hopefully, not for a handful more years, but I hope that the next Mr. Olympia is watching this, hearing this from me, and learning to develop their perseverance and character, and equipping themselves to be ready for that leadership role, to be able to do it the right way and honor and glorify God through it. So like, I don't know, man. I feel like that's, like I said, like that's what's bringing my peace, rather than wanting a certain outcome to happen, letting whatever happens come to me, and understanding that's what's best for my life. And, just trying to, be ready for what's next, and like I said, don't get me wrong. Let me bring it back to bodybuilding. You better believe that I've been working all year, crossing every T, dotting every I. I've been not just in the gym training, not just on the diet, but on the social media, on the traveling, on the business, on the gym, on the family, on the friends. I mean, the everything that we've been doing all year is to come back once again, significantly improved. Because if you look at my track record, since I got with Hani Rambod, we won the 212 Olympia in 2021. And that was like, wow, what improvements he made that year. Went from 212 to open the following year, placed second, right? Wow, shocked the world, crazy. Second to first last year, crazy improvements. And I don't see why I can't do the same thing this year. And I know we're gonna do some posing here in a minute, and I'm excited to pose down. And I think once these next 4.5 weeks roll by, we get to Las Vegas, we get to Olympia, I think people will see all that hard work come to fruition. And so, like I said, like I'm not taking any of this for granted. I'm making the most of every opportunity that comes my way and running my race, man. And that's my peace, that's my confidence, and the outcome is going to be what it's going to be.
I think that's the perfect way to wrap this up. All right. So listen, if you can, get to Vegas. This Olympia, besides the Mr. Olympia, like he and I were talking earlier, I think it's going to be one of the most exciting Olympias in almost every division.
It's the 60th Olympia. I mean, let that set in for a second. This is the 60th Olympia. That's a special year. This is a special year in bodybuilding history for Open Mr. Olympia, but also all divisions. And I know that it's going to be one to remember, one that people do not want to miss. They're going to want to see it live. And if they can't make it to Vegas, they're going to want to see it when it goes down. So getting the pay-per-view is going to be absolutely important because people are going to remember where they were whenever they watch this all happen in about 4 weeks. Yeah. So
OlympiaProductions.com. You can actually go pre-order it too.
Yep. 60 Olympia. This is history and you won't forget where you were at when it happened.
Okay. So J.M. Manion.
Derek Lunsford.
Signing out for NPCNewsOnline.com. We hope to see you in Vegas at the Olympia.